back to you, Gaia. So we're still talking about the value proposition. Now, going further and deeper into the topic, what are some specific tools communication tools per se, that we can use in testing if our value proposition is right or wrong?
Right. So we're assuming it's someone who is starting its business or someone who has the need to actually develop a solution that's being tested on the market. So it's still the early days, right? That means that sort of entrepreneur, that startup has already some sort of landing page in place, right?
Right, that's the basis.
That's a basis. And how do we see whether that landing page makes sense and to who that makes sense, right? So then you can use a set of your hypothesis in the value proposition as ads. And use the ads in this way as a market research sort of tool to understand whether someone goes into your landing page and what do they do on your landing page, right? How many people click and how many people then stay on your landing page and how many people then you actually convert right, into users or customers. So the ads have, in this specific situation, the role, the significance of, again, testing, again, conveying the assumed value proposition, and they are there to show whether someone buys it, right?
Got it.
At that point. And then you can go, then you need to go into the details of analyzing, you know, how many people per minute, where do these people come from which, you know, groups in the digital world, you know, you gain more traffic. You know, what are the words that caught their attention more? Which ad with which wording, you know, was more effective for the same, you know, super fan groups, and so on and so forth. So the metrics are the key thing in all of these equations, and of course you have to have set time frame, right? You can say 3 days, you can say 1 week. You need to be able to, after the second day, maybe actually tweak a little bit the language and see what happens along the way. And this is pretty much actually how it works at every level of the business. You will always need to have some value proposition communicated and then tested and then analyzed and then measured. Of course, this has to reflect after 1 week into how actually you, you know, advance the messaging on your landing page, right?
Got it.
And you may have more than one landing page, obviously, for the different, you know, groups that you're targeting. But the ads actually help you to frame that wording, to make it better, and then to develop new landing pages catered to the specific groups.
Very good. So ads are, in a way, a mechanism for us to really quickly test if you're doing the right thing. And what I like about this approach is that nothing is set in stone. And I think it's very comforting, especially for new businesses, to know that they don't need to get it right from the first time, but to actually have a more loose, let's say, assumptions on what their customers need and then just tweak it along the way. That's very cool. That didn't exist before.
Exactly. That's perfect, Andrea, because believe me, nobody gets it done.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
And if we do get it right on the first time, that means that actually we're doing definitely something wrong, because we're not looking at the feedback, we're not looking at the analytics, and we only listen to ourselves, which is actually the recipe for failure in business.
Disaster, right? Yes. Yeah. Very good. Thank you so much, Gaia. Wonderful insights.